Hi guys, today I'm just going to be showing you which of my sketchbooks I'm currently working on. I have actually quite a large selection, but they all have their different purposes. So we're just going to go quickly through the Canson Student Visual Diary. This is sort of my anything and everything sketchbook. First page, I even have some oil paint on it, not really recommended. Just make sure you add some primer beneath that. This is where I do a lot of copying just for my own sort of studies. They don't really end up anywhere outside of this sketchbook. Some landscapes. I do tend to cycle between various media, so you'll see a lot of ink, a lot of gouache. In this case, I even stuck a failed copper etching there. Lots of little sketches and tests. So as I said, a lot of these never really make it on social media. They're basically just for my own practice. And I really like this sketchbook. I think that even though it's only 110 GSM, it's actually thick enough to take some washes. You'll see a lot of water paint washes, and in this case a lot of gouache, which it sort of takes without much buckle. It's quite surprising for a sketchbook that with paper this thin. Here I've done some considerable watery washes with ink, and again it hasn't really impacted the paper very much, so really love this little book. Next, I've got the Strathmore mixed media book. I'm actually quite new to this one. I haven't really done a lot of work in it. I am going to be filling it up over the next few months. So what's really interesting about this paper is that the texture changes from one side of the paper to the other. There's a rough side, which you can see here, which I sort of prefer for these watery washes. You can really see the pigment of the paint coming through, the granulation of the pigment. The other side is a bit less toothed. I guess it's better for detail work. I attempted to do some floral pieces, and I think my botanical art is still a long way from where I want it to be. Gouache comes out really well on this paper. It is quite thirsty, so if you're starting with some watery washes, it will just suck them dry. But then, as you layer, it sort of works out. Again, back to the smooth pages where I attempted to do some more detailed work. Here you could really slowly build up layers. The paper again is quite thirsty. It's not really all that similar to the 100% cotton that I usually use, so it does take some getting used to. Finally, I've got the Stillman and Birn Alpha series. Again, I'm really new to this. I only just bought this sketchbook, and it's supposed to be mixed media with very light washes, but I've actually been using it for gouache, and I'm still a beginner. I think I've done about less than 10 pieces of gouache to date, so I'm trying hard to sort of practice as much as I possibly could, and I really like this book for gouache studies. Here I've done some birds in gouache, so again it's a medium I'm not really used to. I keep trying to blend it the way I do watercolor, which isn't really the best method. Here it's a bit more successful. It's sort of more a dab of color here and there. I think that's a better technique for gouache, at least for me. So yeah, and this paper just handles it brilliantly. There's just no buckling whatsoever. You can basically reduce the amount of water you use and get this pretty texture throughout your painting. So I really highly recommend this book for gouache if you're into that sort of medium. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. I will definitely do a better review later on, but thanks for watching.